ASUS monitor stuck on racing mode. This issue, common in ROG series monitors like the PG259QN, PG279Q, and newer OLED variants, prevents you from switching GameVisual presets and often locks HDR to off. It primarily affects older firmware versions before 2023. The racing mode in GameVisual optimizes colors for high-speed racing games by boosting greens and reds, but when stuck, the OSD joystick becomes unresponsive, preventing mode changes. HDR features may remain locked off in certain GameVisual modes due to performance priorities, requiring manual toggling in the OSD menu. This issue is most common in pre-2023 firmware versions and can be seen in the monitor's OSD menu, where GameVisual options become inaccessible. GameVisual is ASUS's display technology that automatically optimizes monitor settings for different game genres. For racing games, it enhances colors and contrast to improve visibility during high-speed gameplay. When GameVisual gets stuck in racing mode, it's usually caused by firmware glitches in the monitor's internal software. These glitches can prevent the OSD menu from switching presets properly. Software conflicts, particularly with ASUS Armoury Crate, can also trigger stuck modes. If the app's settings don't sync correctly with the monitor, it can lock the display in racing mode. HDR features are often locked off in certain GameVisual modes, including racing, to maintain performance stability. The technology prioritizes low latency over HDR processing to prevent display instability during fast-paced gaming. First, try a simple power cycle. Unplug your monitor's power cord from the wall outlet, wait 30 seconds to discharge any residual power, then plug it back in. This basic reset can clear temporary software glitches that cause the racing mode to stick. If power cycling doesn't work, try an OSD reset. While the monitor is off, hold down the OSD joystick button on the back of the monitor, then press the power button to turn it on while still holding the joystick. This forces a hardware reset of the on-screen display settings. As an alternative method, rapidly press the OSD joystick up and down several times when the monitor is powered on. This can sometimes jar the system out of a stuck state without a full reset. Updating your monitor's firmware is crucial for resolving racing mode locks and HDR issues. ASUS releases regular updates that fix these problems. Use ASUS Armoury Crate software on your PC to check for and install updates. This software connects to your monitor and manages firmware. First, log into your ASUS account in the User Center to back up your settings before updating. For the update process, download the firmware to a FAT32 formatted USB drive and follow the on-screen instructions. After updating, reset the monitor to factory defaults if needed to ensure all settings are cleared. Firmware v1.5 Plus for 2023 Plus models includes a force reset option in the OSD menu. Older models are also supported through Armoury Crate. ASUS Armoury Crate version 5.0 and later features a GameVisual unlock tool. This tool helps address software-induced locks in GameVisual modes. Connect your ASUS monitor to your PC using a USB cable. Then, open Armoury Crate and use the GameVisual unlock tool to remotely reset the modes. This effectively resolves issues caused by software conflicts. Sometimes, the issue isn't software-related. Hardware problems can also cause GameVisual racing mode to get stuck or HDR to remain locked off. A faulty HDMI cable can create connection problems that appear as firmware issues. Try replacing your HDMI cable with a high-quality, certified one to see if that resolves the racing mode lock or HDR off lock. OSD buttons that are stuck, worn, or damaged can block mode switching. Clean the buttons gently or check for physical issues. This problem is more common in older monitor models. These hardware issues are straightforward to check and can quickly resolve problems that seem like firmware bugs. If firmware updates and basic resets fail, perform a factory reset through the OSD menu. Press the monitor's joystick to open the menu, navigate to the System section, and select Factory Reset to restore all settings to defaults. If the problem continues and your monitor is under warranty, contact ASUS support for a free repair or replacement. Turnaround times are typically under 2 weeks for eligible models. Faulty OSD buttons or internal hardware problems may need professional help. Inspect for damaged components and seek authorized service if needed. To prevent future issues with ASUS monitors stuck in racing mode, keep your firmware updated to address bugs and improve compatibility. Avoid overclocking the panel as it can stress the hardware and cause instability. Always use a surge protector to shield against power surges that might corrupt settings. Monitor technology is evolving towards software-centric solutions, reducing the need for hardware locks. Expect AI-assisted troubleshooting tools and fully adaptive game visual modes that adjust automatically. By 2030, stuck modes should be largely obsolete on premium monitors, offering a seamless experience.